So today the UFC just announced UFC 324 and UFC 325. Dana announced on his Instagram or Twitter or whatever that that Paddy Pimblett and Justin Gaethje will be fighting for an interim belt at the first Paramount card, and Kayla Harrison and Amanda Nunes will be fighting for the Bantamweight Championship, Women's Bantamweight Championship, and Alex will rematch Lopez. I will be giving my thoughts on each fight that has been announced for UFC 324 and Alex versus Lopez. So yeah, let's get it started. And for the first fight, for the first fight at the bottom of this card, Tabor Gautier versus Andre Puliev. I don't really know much about Puliev, but, for a Tabor Gautier, he's basically the middleweight Francis Ngannou. I have no idea why they've booked this fight. Tabor should be fighting someone up either in the fringe of top 20, like an Iron Turtle or an Iskram Aliskirov, or even a Joe Pyfer. That's a cool matchup. But yeah, they're just giving a Tabor a lot of nobodies, man, and I don't understand it. Like, I don't know who the hell Andre Puliev is. It makes no sense. So yeah, that's that fight. They're giving him another can. So yeah, we'll go on to the next one. And honestly, I really do like this matchup. Umar, who had not a super close fight with Mario Batista, but Mario Batista did give more trouble than people thought he was. A lot of people thought Umar was going to finish him, and I do like the fact that Umar is getting another fight in before Ramadan. I think that puts a lot of faith in him as a fighter, that he's like going to fight at least one more contender before he can say, yeah, I want to fight Merab, because, spoiler alert, I think Merab is going to beat Piotr Jan. And for Deiveson Figueiredo, this is a great spot for him. He was a former flyweight champion. He's gone really good at bantamweight. He's been on a few losses as well, but he just won against Montel Jackson. Montel Jackson's an upcoming bantamweight. And this is a really fun fight. I could see Umar just grappling and outstriking Figueiredo, but Figueiredo's got really good jiu-jitsu, and he's got that power. He's got that one-hit power. So, but it hasn't really translated into bantamweight as much as with flyweight, he makes people go out. He's dropped a few people at bantamweight, but yeah, this is a really good fight. I really like that Umar's done this, and he's taken the fight up, and this is a number one contender fight for sure. And yeah, I really do like the match up, and I appreciate these guys. For the next fight, Alexa Grasso versus Rose Namajunas. Former champions in their own respective division. Rose beat Rachel Ostrovich? Tracy Cortez in her last fight. And Alexa Grasso lost to... I know she lost. Ferro? I know Grasso lost. But yeah, this is a good fight, I guess. It's women's MMA. I'm probably going to go Alexa Grasso. She did take it to Valentina Shevchenko, and I don't really have much thoughts on this fight. I'll talk about this fight a bit more in another video when it comes more towards the card. But yeah, this is a decent matchup. And for the next matchup, Arnold Allen versus Jean Silva. Jean Silva just come off a knockout loss from Diego Lopez. And Arnold Allen has been pretty inactive. His last fight was Mozar Evelev. It was a very close fight that he could have won, I thought. But yeah, but it's really interesting because this is a super hard fight to pick. A lot of people are going to be choosing Jean Silva because he was piecing up Diego Lopez before he got too too aggressive and basically got himself knocked out. And for Arnold Allen, like he has that sort of style where he does get hit a lot, and Jean Silva does have that touch of death. So I could see a world where Jean Silva knocks Allen out, but I could also see a world where Allen like pieces up Silva, uses little bit of his grappling, and gets him to a decision. But this is a really hard fight to choose. But I do like this matchup. Like it does make sense. Jean Silva may be getting still another chance up into the top 10, but it's not as high as Lopez. So yeah, I do like this. I do like Arnold Allen fighting down in the rankings again before he fights up. I don't know if Allen's going to go up to lightweight. I did hear rumours, but yeah, this is a good matchup. And for the next fight, this breaks my heart because this is probably like the only fight I didn't want made because these are my two favourite heavyweights. Waldo Cortez Acosta versus Derek Lewis. Waldo Cortez Acosta is coming off a nasty knockout last week over Shamil the Blob Gaziev. You know, Salsa Boy, he's fucking been looking good. He's had 5 fights this year. He's on 4 wins, 1 loss to Sergey. There's no shame in that. And Derek Lewis, you know, he knocked out the taxi driver, Teixeira. So yeah, Derek Lewis is on a 2-fight winning streak. Was it Rodrigo? Who did he knock out? He's knocked out 2 people in a row. Anyway, this is a fun fight. This is like, so Waldo Cortez Acosta will probably have the most fights in 1 year, I'd imagine. But this is a 50-50 fight because I can see a world where Waldo Cortez Acosta comes forward. You know, he's careful. He gets that overhand right. And, you know, I don't know if he'll put Derek totally out, but he'll get him. But I could also see Derek fluking an overhand right and getting Cortez Acosta. Although I haven't seen Acosta get knocked out yet, so you never know. I do like this matchup. I think this... It's hard to say because, yes, we've got Volkov waiting in the wings after Cyril Gane versus Tom Aspinall. But, you know, Volkov didn't really give a good performance. If Waldo goes out there again and beats a guy like Derek Lewis, who can knock out anyone at any time, I guess he should be honestly getting the title shot. I'd rather put him ahead of Almeida, Volkov, Blades, everyone. Honestly, I'd rather him. For Derek Lewis, that puts him in, he's one more off a title shot, which would be insane if he beats Waldo Cortez Acosta, who's been beating Delija, who's been beating Shamil, who's been beating some of these guys, Spain, you know. And yeah, I do like this fight. This is a great fight. And the next fight, Sean O'Malley versus Song Yadong. Song Yadong's coming off a really weird unanimous decision to Henry Cejudo because there was an eye poke situation, and then Henry fucked it up and decided to go to a 4th round. If he didn't go past the 3rd round, would have been a no contest. And Sean O'Malley, you know, he's coming off his submission loss to Marab. I feel like Song Yadong's just very blockhead sort of fighter. You know, he comes forward, he's very aggressive, he has a good half-decent grappling. But I think Sean O'Malley, I won't say chins him. I think Sean O'Malley's going to get a nice decision over Song Yadong. I do think Sean O'Malley's the 2nd best in the bantamweight division. And yeah, there's not much for me to say. I'll say more when this fight comes up. I'll do more tape on it. But yeah, I think Sean O'Malley... But Sean O'Malley's obviously ways from the title. But if somehow Piotr Yan did win, we could see Sean O'Malley versus Piotr Yan too. Like, they'll give O'Malley the title shot, 100%. But if Song Yadong wins, he's the next title challenger for sure. He has to be, you know. And yeah, this is a good fight. I love all these fights on this card so far. For the co-main event, it's Kayla Harrison versus Amanda Nunes. This is a gunfight. This is probably I said this about Whaley versus Valentina. This is the best fight. I can see Kayla trying to smudge Nunes, but Nunes is out there to fight. She's going to come and swing. This is a hard fight to predict too. I think Kayla is just younger and she's also just got that judo background. But I've seen Amanda fucking run through Ronda Rousey like nothing with the judo background. But Kayla Harrison knows how to use it more. She's fucked up like way better chicks than she's just the way she's dispersed. Like Amanda Nunes couldn't finish Juliana Pena. Kayla Harrison did it in 2 rounds. I think Kayla Harrison's gonna submit Amanda Nunes in the first or second round. I think Amanda's just gonna get upset. But this is a really good fight. This is a legacy fight, obviously. And yeah, man, I think this is an awesome fight. But I literally, for the next fight, and I literally made a video, and this is counterintuitive too. I literally said Paddy Pimblett is not viable for a title shot. He is number 5 in the division. Bedtime tried to make the statement, Chandler was number 7. Chandler should have never been number 7. He's lost 5 times out of his 7 fights in the UFC. Any top 5 ranked fighter would have been at like number 11. Paddy should Chandler would have been number 9 or 10 at best at the time. He should have been. They obviously didn't update the rankings. And they've just like shoveled him up to the top because obviously he's a like top contender. And for Armin, I feel bad for Armin, man, because he's just going to be sitting on the sidelines again. Who's he going to fight? Benoit Saint Denis? Like, don't get me wrong, that's the fight I really wanted to see with Paddy, but obviously we're not going to get that now. We're going to get some weird shit like Armin versus Benoit Saint Denis, Armin versus like who the hell else is Armin supposed to fight? Armin is the number 1 contender. He already beat Charles Oliveira. I guess you could have Max Holloway versus Armin if Max goes through Charles Oliveira easily. But if Max dismantles Oliveira, then I guess Max fucking gets the title shot like after these two. But this makes no sense. I don't think Gaethje deserved the title shot either. I think these two should have fight for a number 1 contender spot after Armin versus Ilya. Now, I can understand the side of Ilya because Ilya's going through a nasty divorce. I'm not going to say anything. I'd heard some domestic stuff. That's just his and theirs, you know? So, Armin should be the number 1 contender. This is ridiculous. I'm sick of Dana White. I'm like so over him. He's not interested in the sport anymore. I don't know why he makes matchups like this. This ain't the worst matchup, by the way. I'm about to get onto that matchup. But yeah, this would have been great without this. This shouldn't be here. This shouldn't be. Armin should be fighting Ilya. They should wait till like March, January, February, March, April. That'd be perfect. But if you're going to put like anyone in an interim title fight, it should be an Armin versus Paddy or Armin versus Justin. And I don't give a shit what Bedtime or Guru or Hopera says. It should really be Armin versus one of these two. So yeah, I think, but besides that, I think this is a very close fight. I think people think it's going to go one way, people think it's just going to go the other. A lot of people think Paddy's just going to take Justin down because Justin's takedown defense hasn't been great lately. I don't know. I think Paddy's got great grappling, and if his striking looks way improved, like if he somehow, not TKOs Justin Gaethje like on the feet, but if he somehow gets him down and starts like pounding on him, man, it'd be a rough night for Justin Gaethje. But if Paddy can't get Justin down, it's a fucked up night. And here's the thing. I'm leaning towards Justin just because of what I've seen. I think I've seen a lot more IQ, like better IQ moments, especially on the feet for Justin. Justin shouldn't be going for any takedowns. He doesn't go for takedowns. Michael Chandler went negative IQ, gassed himself out, and took Paddy down, and then Paddy ended up on top. You know what? I will make my full prediction when we get closer to the card. I'm really honestly hoping that one of these two pull out and Armin can go in, because I think Armin's the number one contender. He has to be. But yeah, that's my thoughts on this fight. On 324, it's pretty banger. Like, as much as I don't think it should be for an interim title, I think this is a banger. Like, this is as good as it gets for like your Paramount card. I would have rather Ilya versus Armin, but I digress. And now onto UFC 325, bro. I am so cooked with this one. Like, why is this the fight? Like, why is Volk fighting Lopez again? I understand. Like, I can understand a little bit. Like, I'll justify it this smidge. Lerone Murphy beat an unranked guy who never fought in the UFC, who had a few like weird losses outside in Bellator. You know, and he beat Josh Emmett, who got easily defeated like a couple weeks back, right? Mozar's had some really close split decisions. Mind you, those split decisions are over some great contenders. But I could have seen Arnold Allen could have honestly won that fight. And I thought Aljo did win that fight against him. And Aljo, you know, like, Aljo's last win was Ortega, but Ortega is washed. And also, like, yeah, man, like, I couldn't understand. Like, yeah, Ortega's washed and he lost to Mozart. So, really, it's either it should have been Mozart or fucking, you know, Lerone. But I think the UFC looked at the top four contenders, and Diego Lopez's win has looked the best because he knocked out fucking Jean Silva. Everyone thought Jean Silva was going to flog Volk if they fought. But Diego Lopez just TKO'd him in 2 rounds. And also, what's going on? This just does nothing for Volk's legacy. This fucks up Lopez too, because if Lopez loses, he's not going near the title shot for ages. For ages, Lopez will not go near a title shot. He'd have to go on a 3, 4, 5 fight win streak to even be considered. And it's crazy, bro, because like what, Volk, it's a lose-lose for Volk, which sucks. Volk beats Diego again. Oh, he already beat him, so what the fuck does that do? Oh, you know, like, Volk loses. Oh, fuck, it's pretty bad. There might be a trilogy. I don't want to see the trilogy. I want to see Volk go off into the sunset and Sydney. A lot of people are saying, oh, he might fight. I don't want to see Volk fight. I want to see him going off into the sunset, do cooking with Volk, do shit outside the UFC. Maybe even be a commentator when the Australian cards are coming around. But I love Diego Lopez too. He's my second favorite featherweight. But like, I can't. Why was this matchup made? This is the worst possible matchup for featherweight. It has, is Dana that brain fucking dead? I gotta go on my rant right now. But you know, I'm choosing Alex. Obviously, Alex beat him in the last fight. I don't like. It's been a year, but obviously, I think Alex can do it again. But I'm gonna go on my little rant. I'll talk about the fight a little later on. What the fuck is Dana doing, bro? What crack pipe is Dana smoking? Is he honestly, like, do you hear him when he fucking announces this shit? Oh, fucking UFC 324. It's, who's that kid again? Justin Gaethje and, Paddy Pimblett. And then he was, like, more excited for fucking Amanda Nunes versus fucking Kayla Harrison. And I'm like, dude, you just... And then he's fucked over Volk and Lopez. This fucks both of them up because it's not Lopez's fault that he's getting an immediate rematch. It's fucking the UFC's fault for making this shit. They want to fucking... because they want the boxing fans, because there's so many that, like, probably love Lopez, that watch MMA because of Lopez, and they want a Mexican champion. Now, obviously, he's Brazilian, but, you know, he was, like, grew up in Mexico. It's fucking ridiculous, bro. Look, man, that's my little rant. This is my thoughts on the announcements of UFC 324 and 325. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe. And, yeah, I'll see you all later. Thanks. Bye.